Good evening, good afternoon, ladies. Hello. Namaste. Hello. Hi. Namaskara. Vanakkam. Hello. Yay, I can see one. Come on, ladies. I can see 3 people in there. Good. Wholesome Wednesday sessions, right? Come on, ladies. Today it's all about health. It's basically your well-being, right? Health is wealth. Come on, listen to some shared stories from beautiful, beautiful 7 sisters. Hello, Lata. Hello, Meena. Pragya, hello. Thank you, ladies, for joining in. I'm so excited. To listen to some inspirational stories, their courage, their resilience, their strength, and everything. It will just open your eyes wide open, you know. It will be an interesting session tonight. Come on, ladies. We're talking about health today, right? Yay, come on. I need more people in there. Oh, good. It's a good turnout. Well, let me start. I won't take too much of your time. Today's sari is a linen sari, and it's a teal green in color, and this is what the sari is. Got beautiful buttas throughout the sari, and the pallu has got beautiful geometric pattern in the form of like jacquard weaving. It's beautiful sari. It was a compulsive buy, like, you know. It was in 2019, obviously India trip, right? One of my friends wanted to buy. I said, okay, I'm going to join you for shopping. And any shopping, we always kind of like, you know, run and accompany, right? Time is important factor when you shop in India, but we did have time. And she picked up a lemon yellow one, beautiful, beautiful color, and I chose this one because I had too many yellows in my wardrobe. So this is my 3rd linen sari. You know what? Linen is basically from the flax, you know, it's the fiber from the flax plant, which is woven into yarn, and then the linen is woven, like, you know, and you get varieties. You get sheets, other clothing, as well as saris and everything. And but the saris are to die for, and they are so beautiful. They are all pastel shades and beautiful saris. I'll be just writing a blurb of a linen, etc. And it has got, like, you know, it keeps you warm in winter and at the same time, you know, cool in summer. It's more or less like silk, and it is an expensive, I won't say expensive, it's a laborious process, just like silk. Even this is a laborious process of weaving the yarn. And yeah, this is what the sari is. Right? Okay, today's session, before we start, I would like to take the opportunity to wish quite a few of them who celebrated birthdays from last Wednesday up until today. Today I have got 2, Shanti, Godavari, and Pramila. Wishing both of you a very happy birthday. If I have missed anyone, please excuse me, or you can nudge me, and I'm happy to post your birthday posts. And it was very nice for Bobby to come up saying it's my birthday. She wasn't in my radar at all, and I had to pick up during the chat session on the Sari Gallery page. Thanks, Bobby. Hope you had a great birthday. Thank you very much. And she appreciates each and every post of mine, and I'm so happy to take her comments and everything. Whether someone comments or not, she just follows me. So it's kind of like, you know, inspirational. Though I have 1 follower, that's absolutely fine. It doesn't really matter, because I love doing things what's favorite to me and what pleases me, and that's what I do. I don't care about others. So that's a different story. All right. Okay, now coming to tonight's session. It's all about health and well-being, And it's about diabetes. Just before going to that one, I just wanted to kind of like say something since we are talking about health. And I did a great job today, and I got my breast screening done today, and it was the last appointment, and it was kind of like busy for me because I had to finish that and then come here. So that was a different story. Like what I wanted to emphasize here is, ladies, just make sure you get your breast screening done once every 2 years. In our country, it is automatic. You get an automated email, and then you go and make an appointment, and it's all done. Even if you don't make an appointment, you get multiple phone messages or emails or even letters saying, you know, you haven't made an appointment. So I would urge you all to take care of that and take that opportunity and get tested. If anyone hasn't done it above the age of 50, which is mandatory here, please do that. Okay, now coming to the session tonight, which is Wholesome Wednesday session number 59. This is the 59th week. We are talking about saris and 7 sisters, Saree divas, who are from India, from across different states, speaking different languages, covering main language, which is English, Hindi, Tamil, Telugu, Malayalam, and Urdu. And it's varied, and I was just blown away reading their stories which they have shared. And I'm kind of like, you know, I don't want to reintroduce again because they will be sharing their journey as to what happened and how they overcame all of that. And in any instance, like, you know, it's kind of like a lived experience. And it's very daring, like, you know, if you're doing that, it has, you have to have the strength to do that. Not everyone does that. And on top of that, you know, 3 of them are youngsters, and the other 2 are doctors. Like one is a pediatrician too. So they will be sharing their journey and explaining as to, like, you know, what they had to face. And there are so many factors which is required as a family. Like you need the family support. Like they have to undergo so much emotional stress, mental stress, you know, they have to face the society. They have to be so strong and resilient to do all of that. And this is what they did. And we have had previous session, I think session number 7, exactly a year before. It was on the 29th of July last year, 2020. Mrs. Beemajan Yusuf, who happens to be my close friend as well, she did a session on health and mindfulness, right? So she did speak about diabetes, and that is what the Saree sisters, they call themselves as DiaBeauties, who have undergone a diabetes journey, and that is what they are going to share tonight. And as you'll know, like, you know, Beema has been an active member of this Saree gallery, and she's very passionate about diabetes, looking after that, and, you know, educate everyone. And half the time, like, I won't say half the time, majority of the time after she comes back from work, she's always on the run, like, you know, talking to people in India, making sure that, you know, everything is met. And the stories are so inspirational. Every time I talk to her, there will be one story popping up saying, you know, this is what's happened. She doesn't tell anyone, but she does whatever she has to do. And, you know, that's the kind of like, you know, the length and breadth of Beema, I would say. So introducing tonight, I have got 7 beautiful sisters, Saree divas. I'll just read out their names at least, and I will be bringing to platform, like, you know, on the same frame one by one. And then they will be sharing all their journey. One is obviously, the very first one would be Mrs. Beemajan Yusuf. And she's going to kind of like, you know, reintroduce whoever it is, and she will be like a facilitator or a moderator conducting this, plus me there as well. And then is Shri Divya, and then we have Dr. Shuchi Chukchivani, and we have Miss Dishana Kidambi and Mrs. Gitanjali, and then we have Dr. Kadira Bagban and Miss Revati Ashok. So these are the 7 sisters who will be talking about their journey. And I will just bring Beema into the frame. I have already invited everyone, but I have to add one by one because Beema, can you accept my request? I have already sent. It will be sitting in your notification folder, because until and unless you accept, I won't be able to add. And also, that reminds me of the day today, the National Day. Wow, it's my favorite one. It's the National Milk Chocolate Day today. And the second one is World Hepatitis Day. And the third one is Buffalo Soldiers Day. Wow, I love the very first one, National Milk Chocolate Day. And saying that, you know, today my husband is celebrating his 60th birthday. Despite that, I'm here on this platform doing the Facebook live session. If you hear some noises, he's already on Zoom calls. I think several of them have had him on Zoom calls, and it's ongoing, you know, since the time he has arrived. I think, Revati, I won't accept you as yet. I'm just waiting for Beema to join in. Beema, can you accept? And yeah, so it's a milestone birthday, and it's all exciting. It's unfortunate that Sydney is in lockdown, and I know it's a lot to take. Sydney siders, just lots of hugs. Be brave, be safe. That is what it is. And the lockdown, I know it's extended up until next month for another 4 weeks. I think probably that's the best solution to kind of like, you know, stop the spread of the disease. So what else? Beema, can you accept? I just can't add you again until you have you have accepted. Thank you. Beema, okay, if you have accepted, it should come. It's not showing me to add you. Beema, try again. Because I can't do until it's kind of like released. Probably it might take a little bit more time. And I'll just read out some of the names who have joined. I'm so excited to read the names, and I love saying hello to you guys because often I don't get to kind of like reply to your messages, and it kind of like, you know, it just sits there. Thank you, Pratibha. Thank you, Meena. Thanks, Lata. Thank you, Rachana, saying hello. Nice sari. Thank you, Rachana. Thank you. Thanks, Pratima. Thanks, Naina. Naina saying, looking pretty, auntie. Thank you, Ma. Thank you. Bhuvana Gopa saying hi. Manjula Ramesh, thank you. Radhika saying hi, Hima. Beautiful color of your sari. Thank you so much, Radhika. Shobha, thank you, Shobha, for joining in. Shubha saying lovely sari color. Thank you so much. I just love the teal color. I do have a few actually in teal, but anyway. Shobha, earrings are so gorgeous. Thank you, Shobha. It's actually a gift from a friend of mine. Shamim, if you're watching, thank you very much for the lovely, lovely earrings. Sujata, thank you. Hello, lovely sari, Hema. Thank you, Sujata. Thank you so much. Thank you, Shobha. Beema saying, have accepted. Sorry, Beema, I can't see you. Radhika saying, happy milestone birthday to Sridhar. Thank you so much. Today, I'm just going to post one picture with him. I just can't resist. I'm just going to post. I'm kind of like crossing the barrier, but I'm excused. Kavita, thank you so much. Shobha Hari, thank you so much. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do, Beema. I'll just say hello to a couple more. Pratibha saying, love your earrings. Happy birthday to your hubby. Thank you so much. Okay, well, I have done everything. I think the very first one I'm going to add is, I'm not going to add Komal Nair. Sorry. dear, why is it? Okay, I'm going to add Dr. Kadira to the frame. Are you able to accept, Dr. Kadira? It's adding. You just have to accept. And Dr. Kadira Bagban is a pediatrician from Bangalore. Thank you.
Hello.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And I'm so glad that you were able to take some time and come to our Facebook Live session. I'm really, really blessed to have you. Thank you so much.
I'm so glad that you have invited me. Thank you
pleasure.
so much that I'm from all the sari gallery, but unfortunately I couldn't wear because currently I'm carrying and none of them fits me. So please excuse me.
Sure. Okay. No worries. No worries. Yeah. See, Dr. Kadira Bagban is from Bangalore, and she's a pediatrician, and she has had diabetes for the last 26 years. And she's been educating the newly diagnosed type 1 friends as well as their parents facing, the lack of diabetes awareness, right? So, Kadira, take over and just share your journey.
Okay, I got diagnosed with type 1 diabetes in 1996. Since then, I had to take multiple insulin injections. Okay, so diabetes is not a very simple condition, but yet it is very challenging and very interesting. Yes, and being a girl, the first thing I would like to emphasize everyone that nobody is paid of diabetes. It's not a gender biased disease at all. So being a girl, being a woman with type 1 diabetes, it's not an easy thing. I wouldn't deny that it's very simple. You can go ahead, you can carry on. No, type 1 diabetes is not that simple to carry out, especially being a girl and especially belonging to a underdeveloping country like India, where there are multiple myths and
correct.
number
have
of
society,
cultures.
the pressure of the society, as well as acknowledging the fact itself is, you have to be so brave enough to do that, isn't it?
Yes.
And plus you have to
First
have
thing is
moral
acceptance by
support.
the society.
Yeah.
During childhood, it's not a it's like you are just more into controlling your blood sugars, hospital visits, multiple injections. You'll be concentrating that. By the time you enter into your puberty, there'll be some other changes and some other factors to reveal to the society that yes, I'm type 1 diabetic and I have to deal with that. Then comes the premarital age, where you have to expose it to the world that yes, now it's your age that your in-laws or your alliance have to accept you. But there are a lot of challenges which I have as a girl, as a type 1 diabetic as well faced. But I wouldn't deny that it's very easy. Okay, so I feel that dealing type 1 diabetes is you have to go through a lot of hurdles, especially being in India with a lot of cultures. But it's like the more you educate the people around you, the more it is easy for you.
That's right. Like it's only in recent years, the emphasis on diabetes education has kind of picked up. But in previous years, I don't think so. There was any awareness as to education being so important.
I think it's been just hardly not even a decade that the diabetes awareness has come into focus. That is only in the metropolitan cities, not in rural India at all. In rural India, still it is a huge stigma which has to be cleared. But I think more awareness we will get, the more platforms we get to express diabetes, I think it will be a lot of helpful for all the girls or women who are dealing with type 1 diabetes. So I think the first question when it comes to type 1 diabetes and being a girl is whether someone will accept me, because it's a chronic condition. It has to go lifelong with all the injections. You cannot just take the tablet and keep quiet. You have to deal with a lot of things. right? So the first thing which popped up for me in my premarital age was like, someone will accept me. First, the person whom I'm going to get married to. Second, whether the whole family associated to him will accept me.
Correct.
Okay,
It's
then
such a
yes,
challenging
yes,
task, isn't it? Yeah.
very, very challenging.
Yeah.
So then the third, okay, if the first two get solved, whether I'll be able to experience motherhood, the third thing, which is
Correct.
also a really important part of a woman's life,
Yeah.
which we cannot deny. Everybody is, you know, uh, you cannot deny that you don't want to be a mother, or you don't want to experience a motherhood. So I
Correct.
feel the more you have a premarital counseling about diabetes, the more awareness you will get. And I want all the people, including not just diabetic or non-diabetic
Yeah.
as well,
Just normal
want to
people
know
as well.
about what diabetes is. Yes, it's a chronic condition. I won't deny illness, but no, you cannot just run away from it. And as a girl, as a woman, you have to face few challenges, but
Yeah.
all are acceptable.
Yeah. So like overall you kind of like, have made an emphasis that, family plays an important role here, right? The family has to be supportive.
Yes, yes, a family has to be very supportive, and by
Yeah.
God's grace, I think your parent, like in this decade or in this era, uh, more of the parents are interested, and non-diabetic people are interested in diabetes rather than people with diabetes. People with
Diabetes.
diabetes are a little more ignorant, but people without diabetes are much more interested in diabetes and its related complications or its stigmas and myths. So I want the more people to get exposed with diabetes and clear all the myths regarding type 1 diabetes.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And considering that you are a pediatrician, do you come across like, the percentage of the juvenile kind of like, diabetes, like, with the kids associated?
There are a lot of factors which are associated. I wouldn't say a percentage, but it is much more emerging now. It's going
Emerging.
to, it's currently an epidemic throughout the world. I wouldn't specify in India, but throughout the world, it's currently an epidemic because of environmental factors, because of, lifestyle changes, nutritional
Changes. Yeah.
factors, a lot of things. So type 1 diabetes is now more of emerging among the kids
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
So there is no specification or age bar currently.
Right. 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 Okay. So do you have to say anything else?
I really want all the
Take home.
who are like, yeah, that we are no different from anyone else. We are
Yes.
normal people like you all.
People.
We
Yeah.
have a chronic illness, but I would like to convey that we are living with it very happily. There are a lot of
Yeah.
hurdles, challenges. Even if you don't have diabetes, I think every woman has a lot of challenges to face. Just like them, we have a little more add-ons, but I think there is not a huge difference. And the more the worldly people accept us and our chronic illness, it will be more helpful. And the diabetic awareness, which Vimaka is doing at a huge scale, I'm
Yeah.
so glad that I'm part of a group. So
Yeah.
I'm very happy that I could join you today.
Yeah.
And
Thank you
that's all
so much.
that I please. Yes, I really suggest and I really advise, and I'll be grateful if all those lovely sari ladies, if they support the diabetes group, it will be encourage us. And I think that's all we need. Other
Yeah,
than that,
I'm
we take
sure
insulin. That is all.
that is what the Sari sisters are, right? Like, you share the
Yes,
warmth and love, and at the same time, the emotional bonding you are attached to and everything, that's what matters.
yes.
Yeah, yeah. Right. Very nice to have you. And it's
Thank you so
very nice
much.
of you to take your time and devote it for this live session. Thank you so much.
I'm so glad. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. I'll get the next one then. Thank you so much. I'll add Gitanjali. I'm adding you. For some reason, I can't see Beema. Beema, are you able to accept? Gitanjali, I'm adding you. You just have to accept. It takes some time because it's to do with the internet connection as well from your end.
Yeah, hi Emma. How are
Hello,
you?
thank you, Geetanjali. Thank you
Thank you
so
so much.
much. Do you just want to tilt your camera a little bit so that we can see your full face? Yes, yes. It's perfect now, perfect. Thank you. This is Mrs.
Thank you.
Geetanjali Rangaswamy from Bangalore. She was also diagnosed with type 1 diabetes when she was 18, and it almost has been 31 years for her now. She also works in a private hospital in Bangalore as a diabetes educator, as well as she's a pharmacist. And she has worked for 16 national and international clinical trials. And on job, she has traveled to many countries independently. And she's got two beautiful daughters, and her husband runs a pharmacy in Bangalore. And the two beautiful daughters are settled in USA, one in USA and one in Australia. And you know, even she has challenges before. She had challenges before, and it's the supportive family in every instance, because you know it always, in the end, it comes to family as well as, like, you know, your status. So come on, Geetanjali, are you able to take over and just give a little bit of introduction and share your journey? You're most welcome to speak in Kannada. ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು, ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಮ್ಯಾಚ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಏನ್ ಬೇಕಿದ್ರು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು.
Thank you. Good evening, friends. Thank you, Hema, for giving me this invite and adding me here. Yeah, thank you. Nanu Bangalore nodu nimma, that is what. And nanu basically nanu Bangalore nodu ಆದ್ರಿಂದ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. And ನನಗೆ 18 ವರ್ಷ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಡಯಾಬಿಟೀಸ್ ಬಂತು. ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ 31 ವರ್ಷ ಡಯಾಬಿಟೀಸ್ ಜೊತೆ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. And it made me more successful and beautiful ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. So and ನಾನು actually ಒಂದು ಪ್ರೈವೇಟ್ ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ as a pharmacist. Basically ನಾನು pharmacist, and on job ಕಲಿತಾ ನಾನು pharmacist ಆದೆ. Then educator ಆಗಿ ಒಂದು ಸಣ್ಣ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡೆ, and then again ನಾನು ಒಂದು ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಕೋಆರ್ಡಿನೇಟರ್ ಆಗಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. And ನನ್ನ ಡಯಾಬಿಟೀಸ್ ಮಧ್ಯೆ ನನಗೆ ತುಂಬಾನೇ ತಿಳುವಳಿಕೆ.
ನಿಮ್ ಫಾರ್ಮಸಿ ಜೊತೆ ಈ ಡಯಾಬಿಟಿಸ್ ಎಜುಕೇಶನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿ ಸೈಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ಅದ್ ಎಷ್ಟ್ ದಿನದ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಅದು, ಇನ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಇನ್ ಯಾರಿಗಾದ್ರೂ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು?
ಅದು ಓವರ್ ಆಲ್ 2 months ಕೋರ್ಸ್, ವೀಕ್ಲಿ ಅಂಡ್ ವೀಕೆಂಡ್ ಕೋರ್ಸಸ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಆಗಿತ್ತು. ಸ್ಯಾಟರ್ಡೇ ಅಂಡ್ ಸಂಡೇ ಮಾತ್ರ ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್ ಹೋಗೋದಿರ್ತಿತ್ತು. ಅಂಡ್ ಆ 2 ದಿವಸ ಹೋಗಿ ಒಂಚೂರು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ವಿ, ಅಂಡ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತಿತ್ತು, ಮುಗಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು. ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮೇಕ್ಸ್ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಪಾಸಿಬಲ್ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೋಬಹುದು. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್. ಅಂಡ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಡಯಾಬಿಟೀಸ್ ಜೊತೆ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಒಂದು ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು. ನನಗೆ ಡಯಾಬಿಟೀಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮದುವೆ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಡಯಾಬಿಟೀಸ್ ಬಂತು. ಸೇಮ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಅದು ಈಗ ನನ್ನೊಬ್ಳು ಬದುಕಾಗಿರಲ್ಲ, ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರದ್ದು ಬದುಕಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಹಂಗಾಗಿ ದೆನ್ ಅಗೇನ್ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಅಂತ ಹೋದಾಗ ನನಗೆ ವಿತ್ ಆಲ್ ಮೈ ವೇ ನನಗೆ ಒಂದು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಕನ್ಸಲ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದ್ರು. ಸೊ ಟಿಲ್ ಡೇಟ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ he is the only treating doctor for me till date. So from day one I am following with him, and our advice ಮೇಲೆ ನನಗೆ ಅಗೇನ್ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಅಂತ ಬಂದಾಗ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಆಗಬಹುದಾ ಡಯಾಬಿಟಿಸ್ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ? ಇವಾಗ ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಇರೋ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಒಂದೇ, ಡಯಾಬಿಟೀಸ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಮಕ್ಳಿಗೆ ಡಯಾಬಿಟೀಸ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೋ ಏನೋ, ಮಕ್ಳು ಆಗತ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ವಾ ಅನ್ನೋ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತಿತ್ತು. ಸೊ ನನಗೆ ಆ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಕೇಳಿದಾಗ, ಈಗ ನಿಮ್ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ನಿನಗ್ ಬಂದಿದೆ, ಸೊ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಬರುತ್ತಾ ಬರಲ್ವಾ ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ಡೈಲಮಾ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂತದ್ದು ಬೇಡ. So you just control yourself and live happily and everything will be possible ಅನ್ನೋದು ಅವ್ರು ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ಸಣ್ಣ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಲ್ಲೇ ನನಗೊಂದು ಭರವಸೆ ಕೊಡ್ತು. ಅಂಡ್ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನನಗೆ ಪ್ರೆಗ್ನೆನ್ಸಿ ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ವಿ. ಮಗಳು ಅಂಡ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಮಗಳು ಎಲ್ಡರ್ ಒನ್ ವಾಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಪ್ರಿಮ್ಯಾಚ್ಯೂರ್. ನನಗೆ C-section ಗೆ ಡೇಟ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು, and with all those things I delivered normal delivery ಆಯ್ತು. with premature for 7 months 2 weeks ಗೆನೆ ಮಗು ಆಯ್ತು. And which was a huge baby.
Going back one step, Geetanjali, okay, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಪೋರ್ಟಿವ್ ಆಗಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದ್ರು, ನೀವು ಮದ್ವೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು you came to your in-laws place. So in-laws hange irbekalva. They should also have the same broad-mindedness, right? And plus they should be able to accept you, right?
But actually in-laws ಜೊತೆ ನನ್ಗೆ ಇರೋ ಅವಕಾಶನೇ ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಐ ವಾಸ್ ಅನ್ ಇಂಡಿಪೆಂಡೆಂಟ್. ಒಂದು ನಾವೇ ಬ್ಯಾಂಗ್ಳೂರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಸೆಪರೇಟ್ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಅಂತ ಸೆಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ವಿ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಅವರು ರೂಲ್
ಇಂಡಿಪೆಂಡೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರು ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ದ ಮೆಂಟಾಲಿಟಿ, ರೈಟ್? ಲೈಕ್ ಅಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದೇನೆ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಅದು ಮಾಡೋದು ತುಂಬಾ ಕಷ್ಟ.
ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅವಾಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಇನ್ಲಾಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲಾನು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹಳ್ಳಿಯವರಾದ್ರಿಂದ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ತಿಳುವಳಿಕೆ ಕಮ್ಮಿನೇ ಇತ್ತು. ಯಾವಾಗ ಶುಗರ್ ಇದೆಯಂತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಇರ್ಲಿ ಬಿಡು ಏನೀಗ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋ ಅಂತ ಭಾವನೆ ಇತ್ತು ಅವರಿಗೆ. ಸೊ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಅದೇನು ಅಂತಾನೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ.
ಈಗಲೂ ಒಂಥರ ರೂರಲ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹಂಗೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಲೈಕ್ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಇತ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, and even when you go to a doctor, like nothing is discussed in detail. Doctor ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಏನೋ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಹುಷಾರಿಲ್ಲ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಇನ್ನೇನು ಕೇಳಕ್ ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ
ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದೊಂದು ನಾಲೆಜ್ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ಶುಗರ್ ಸಕ್ಕರೆ ಕಾಯಿಲೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೀನು ಸಕ್ಕರೆ ತಿನ್ಬಾರ್ದು ಅಷ್ಟೇ ತಾನೇ, ಹೋಗ್ಲಿ ಬಿಡು ಬೇಡ ತಿನ್ನೋದು ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಇನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಆರಾಮೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋ ಅಂತ ಒಂದ್ ತಿಳುವಳಿಕೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು. ಬಟ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳಿದಷ್ಟು ಸುಲಭವಾಗಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ವಿಚ್ ವಾಸ್ ಟಫ್. ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜಬಲ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು. ನನಗೆ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ಡಯಾಬಿಟಿಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಫೈನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್. That was a huge, biggest, toughest work for me of entire my journey. And I did it. I did ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕಿಂತ many supporters throughout my journey supported me and guided me, and ಎಲ್ಲಾ ತರದ ಒಂದು ಬದುಕಿನ ಭರವಸೆಗಳು ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಹೋದಾಗೆ ನನ್ಗೆ everything went on. And ನಮ್ಮ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್, actually I should tell you more about.
ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲೂ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಫೈನಾನ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಇದಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, like family support idre idiralla. So it's kind of like the combination has to be balanced.
True. And with all those things, nam doctor, I should tell that the only hope neenu normal annaduna baravase kottore nam doctor, and he made it. And family andre like pregnancy plan ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ he guided me to go to a gynecologist, and again that gynecologist was super gynecologist. She guided me, and ಎರಡು ಇವ್ರ ಹತ್ರ ಫಾಲೋ ಅಪ್, ಅವ್ರ ಹತ್ರ ಫಾಲೋ ಅಪ್. ಮೇ ಬಿ ಒನ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಇವ್ ಆಸ್ಪತ್ರೆಗೆ ಸುತ್ತೋದೇ ಕೆಲಸ ಅನ್ಸ್ತಿತ್ತು. ಬಟ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, ವಿಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು, ನಾವು ಅದು ನಮ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಅನ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಟುಕ್ ಇಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್. ಅಂಡ್ ಐ ಡೆಲಿವರ್ಡ್ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್. ಅಂಡ್ ಮಕ್ಳು ಇವಾಗ ದೊಡ್ಡವರಾಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಮಕ್ಳು ಡಯಾಬಿಟೀಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತಾ ಅನ್ನೋ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತಿತ್ತು ಯಾವಾಗ್ಲೂ. ಅಂಡ್ ವಿಚ್ ವಾಸ್ ರಿಯಲಿ, ಐ ಶುಡ್ ಟೆಲ್ ದಟ್, ಟಚ್ ವುಡ್ ಹೇಳ್ಬಾರ್ದು, ಆದ್ರೂನು ಮಕ್ಳಿಗೆ ಇವತ್ತಿನವರೆಗೂ ನಾವು ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ಯುವಲಿ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಚೆಕ್ಅಪ್
ಮಾಡಿಸ್ಬೇಕು.
And both of them are
hello. I think that, yeah. Okay.
Thank you, Seema. So that is what a journey, more journey ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋದಕ್ಕಿಂತ it made me challenging. And diabetes ಇರೋರಿಗೆ everything is possible ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ಭರವಸೆ ಕೊಡ್ತು. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಐ ಡಿಡ್. ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಹೋಗಿದ್ರು ನಾವು ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ವೇನೋ ಈ ತರ ಒಂದು ಚಾಲೆಂಜ್ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಹೋಗಿದ್ರೆ
ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಇವಾಗ ಲೈಕ್ ಸಿ ನಾವು ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಸುಮಾರು 30 ವರ್ಷ ಆಯ್ತು. ಆವಾಗ ಏನಿತ್ತು ಏನಿಲ್ವೋ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಇವಾಗ ಇಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ಮೇಡ್ ಸೋ ಮಚ್ ಅಡ್ವಾನ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ದಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾಟಗರಿ, ಅಂಡ್ help is available. But andre the people should know who to approach, how to approach, ಯಾವಾಗ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಆ ಎಜುಕೇಶನ್ ಇತ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಲೈಕ್ ಅವೇರ್ನೆಸ್ ಇತ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಮಚ್ ಈಸಿಯರ್, ರೈಟ್?
Yes. True. ನಮ್ಮ ಜರ್ನಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇವಾಗ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಮೋರ್ ಸಿಂಪಲ್. ಲೈಕ್ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಇವಾಗಾದ್ರೂ ಗ್ಲೂಕೋಮೀಟರ್ ಇದೆ, ಫಿಂಗರ್ ಟಿಪ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಗಳಿದಾವೆ, ಅಂಡ್ CGMS ಇದೆ, ಈಸಿ. ನಮ್ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಬೆನಡ್ರಿಲ್ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಟು ಯೂರಿನ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕಲರ್ ನೋಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ, ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ವಿ. ಫ್ರಿಡ್ಜ್ ಇರ್ತಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಇನ್ಸುಲಿನ್ ಇಡಕ್ ಫ್ರಿಡ್ಜ್ ಇರ್ತಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಲೈಫ್ ವಾಸ್ ಮೋರ್ ಸಮ್ ವಾಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಟಫ್ ಟು ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ ಅನ್ಸ್ತಿತ್ತು. ಬಟ್ ಡಿಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದಾದ್ರೆ. There were so many other tips given by the doctors, and to how to go on with things, and that is what that made possible, everything possible. Thank you
so much for sharing your journey.
Thank you, Hema.
Thank you.
Okay. Hope I didn't bore everyone. Thank you. Sure.
This is what's required, It's really nice of you to share your journey. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So kind of you. Bye. Take care.
Bye. Beema, try and send. For some reason, I can't see any others. I can't even add. Ladies, the other 5 of you, can you send me a request saying that you want to come? For some reason, it is all sitting in your notification folder. If you accept, the system will let you in. If you can accept, that would be great. I'm so kind of like, you're listening to what they have undergone and, accepting and everything. It's kind of educational. So Lata says, hi, Hema. Even I have been a diabetic for last 27 years. It is a challenge, but then you accept and live with diabetes. Yes, Lata, I have figured that out after seeing a few friends. And the best example is Beema for me, who is saying, Hema, I'm in. Let me just, who is that? I can't add any one of you because it is just sitting in your folder. So you just have to do it. Otherwise, Beema, I can't send because I have started the session. I have already sent. It is sitting in your notification folder. You have to accept. For some reason, I can't again redo this. It's only picking up the people who are on the floor for some reason. Come on, ladies, try and send me a request. Revati, if you can, Divya, if you can, Beema, if you can, send me a request. I think it's much easier for you to send me a request and then I can add you both. For some reason, it's not letting me. So there were a few other messages. Shri Divya saying, I am in. I can see you comment, Shri Divya, but you have to send me a request from the system. Otherwise, you have to accept my request. Watching is different to coming on into the system. Into the frame is different, Shri Divya. If you can accept, I would be happy to let you in. Since it's already in your notification folder, I cannot give you entry into this platform. Beenu Singh saying, great hearing Dr. Kadira and Gitanjali, ma'am. Thank you, Beenu. Thank you for supporting us. Gitanjali to speak about advocacy. Oh, that's right. She has gone now. Type 1 management through insulin. Yes, that's right. Hema, speak in Kannada. Yes, I think we did that. Thank you. Pratibha saying, nice of you, Doc, to share your story. All the best. Thank you so much, Pratibha. Lata saying, love your sari and jumka. Maybe you should bring Sridhar on the screen and we all ladies can sing happy birthday. I doubt he coming, Lata. Yes, Lata must be hard. Well done. Yes, considering Lata also has had the problem and she's undergoing, it should be very challenging, isn't it, Lata? But I think the facilities, what you have here in this country and there, it might be a little bit different, but I can see someone requesting. Okay, I should be able to approve you. You have come on board. That's excellent. Thank you so much. Thank you, Shuchi. Thank you so much for joining in.
Hello.
Hello. Can you just lift a little bit up so that, yeah, a little bit, yeah, so that we can see you fully. Ladies, I'm so happy to introduce another doctor. She is Dr. Shuchi Chuktivani, who is a diabetes education specialist, and she works for Novo Nordisk in India, in Bangalore. And she also has had type 1 for the last 31 years. And she is a very active diabetes educator and counselor for people with diabetes, and not limiting to age, gender, psychosocial environment, and education, and other backgrounds since the last 15 years. She has played a key role in diabetes education in caring for children, has conducted more than 200 diabetes awareness camps for children in clinics, hospitals, schools, and corporate offices. And she has trained nurses and dietitians about diabetes management, and has done over 50 train the trainer camps for all professionals, including paramedical staff and all government hospitals in Goa. Wow. So you went from Bangalore to Goa. And also she has written many articles on various aspects of diabetes for lay press, like me, her scientific articles, authored chapters in Diabetes Handbook, and one chapter in the textbook of pediatric diabetes. Wow, I'm so impressed. I'm so blessed to have you, Dr. Shruti Tivani, and I'm sure portraying her story here would be again another inspirational story, and I would let you take on the floor. Go ahead.
Thank you so much, and thank you all Saree sisters. So my journey with diabetes began around 31 years back. It was in year 1989. I was 11 years old.
Oh.
मैं हिंदी में बात भी कर सकती हूँ और इंग्लिश में, आप किस में चाहेंगे?
दोनों भी चलेगा, मिक्स करके भी बात कीजिए, so it will be helpful because there are quite a few who speak Hindi also. दोनों चलेगा.
So मैं ये तो नहीं कहूंगी कि this journey was very easy, but this journey was not as tough. Look, we need support, but that journey is not difficult. Yeah. And for people or children with diabetes, I would like to say, all wonderful women, the only one thing which we need is the faith in our own selves and supportive parents. I always say children are good observers, not good listeners. So be a role model. So अगर आपके बच्चे को diabetes है, तो be strong. Diabetes can be managed. And once you manage diabetes, then life is wonderful. So my topic when we were discussing was job, education, career, and family. I say to all children, but especially to all children with type 1 diabetes, whether you are a boy, whether you are a girl, be educated, stand on your feet, because apart from other things, you need to manage diabetes. And Gitanjali ki story is also saying that if you handle it yourself, there is no barrier. Yeah. Yes, this is the financial and other expenses, but if you are on your own feet, nothing matters. So stand on your feet, and then every aspect opens. When you are well educated, when you are working, you will definitely get married. You will definitely have good family, because education opens the horizon. Regarding education, job, and family, diabetes gives you three things. One is discipline, and aap sab agree karenge. Discipline is the first thing which is required to run a beautiful family, and discipline is the one thing which is required to work and to climb higher in the job. So diabetes teaches us naturally. Second thing, yes, we need support, no doubt about it. As Dr. Kadra said, we need support of insulin. We need support of others also. Maybe sometimes in hypo, maybe sometimes in hyper. मैं हमेशा ये example देती हूँ. Even if we are broken, we are as equal as anyone, because broken crayons also color the canvas beautifully. So we all are broken. Even people without diabetes are broken. So don't think itself as a very... Yes, we all are perfect. We are all are perfect in our own way. Yes. So that is my second thing. And third thing is, don't lose hope. Keep on marching. All parents, now many people would say, if my like if my son or a daughter loves a type 1, what should I do in this era? I should say beautiful people, beautiful disciplined people are good to live with, rather than people who are so called normal but not so beautiful inside. So it doesn't matter whether you have diabetes or do not have diabetes.
Yeah, but you do get both kinds of people anywhere you go.
Yeah, I agree. But मेरा एक एक्सपीरियंस कहता है, जिसको भगवान ने थोड़ा सा दर्द दिया है वो दूसरों को दर्द कम देता है. तो मेरे सारे बच्चे टाइप 1 के बहुत खूबसूरत हैं और वो बहुत ज्यादा अच्छे हैं. That maybe I'm mother speaking, like I call all children with type 1 diabetes as my children. So I feel they are so good. So they are beautiful. So if you find someone, okay, you still can you still can think on other ways, but they are equal like anyone else. Dr. Kadira, Bhima Akka, Geetanjali, all are perfect examples of this. All are perfect examples of this, that we can do it.
Yeah.
And we don't have only females, we have also male examples. Because it's a sari gallery, otherwise we could have bought them also.
Correct. No, it's basically like it's more the sari sisters, right? And we have the capacity to fight as well. Like, you know, we are more strong, more resilient, more courageous when compared to men in, like, you know, especially like, you know, handling this kind of, you know, scenario. Am I right?
They said, who said we are broken? I don't mean to say broken, but everyone feels a little different. So it's just a word for it. It's not that literally broken. I mean to say we all have something which is different, but we are all equal. Even if a person has one limb, that is equally capable. I personally feel people are not capable because of their body or disorders. People are capable in their minds. So that's what I like. If you are talking about marriage, I would say you can get married. Just get studied, good qualification. I am married. My marriage. My husband is also type 1. But most of my children, whom I call children, are also married. So they are married to so-called people without diabetes, people with diabetes. It hardly matters, and they are living very happily.
Okay.
So it's diabetes is a journey of determination. Diabetes is a journey of discipline. Diabetes is a journey of duty, and diabetes is a journey of dependence on insulin. If that is there, no one can stop you. And insulin is like my friend. I always say thank you, insulin, because when I am surviving. We all need something for survival.
Correct. Okay. That's a different way of looking into that aspect, right? Yeah.
I will like to end this session by one of my poems.
Yes.
शब्दों के चक्रव्यूह जब घेरे डालते हैं, तो हे मेरे मन तू उठ और अभिमन्यु बन. जो पल बीत जाते हैं वो लौटते नहीं, ना ही मुश्किलें हमारी राहें छोड़ लौटती हैं. रोज ही सूरज डूबता है और रोज उगता है. बादलों से पानी बरसता है और फिर बादल बन जाता है. वक्त के ये फैसले किसी का इंतजार नहीं करते. गर हकीकत ये भी है कि जिंदगी के कारवां कभी नहीं रुकते. And last word I like to say for all women with diabetes: if someone says no to you because of diabetes, don't take it to your heart. You're too beautiful and too high for that. Someone will accept you, because who knows you will find diabetes always a little smaller, very much smaller than you.
Yeah, that's a very nice.
That's same for boys also, because I'm meeting nowadays lots of my young brothers who have been disheartened कि लड़की मना कर गई कि I have diabetes. So same here. Don't take it to heart. That's a part. Even people without diabetes face that refusal or face that.
Correct.
No.
Correct.
So don't blame diabetes. Diabetes is only your strength, nothing else.
Nothing else. I'm so impressed the way you have put it, and loved your poem. And you're into literature, which clearly shows, the love for literature as well. And you kind of put it together, relating to diabetes. And it's a very nice take-home message as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies, the other 4 ladies, see whether you can accept. Thank you. Yes, Latashi did, isn't it? Wow. Who else? I finished with Shichi Chittivani. Come on, ladies. Oh, I can't see anyone. Beema, can you send me the request again? It's much easier for you to send rather than me. I can't send because I have got only limited people flashing. Revati or Dishana, can you send me a request? Okay. Revati, yes, thank goodness. It's adding. Sunita is saying, hi, Himatige, nice talk. Thank you, Sunita. How do I send the request, Beema? You just, there will be a tab saying add to the frame. You just send me a request. And at the moment, it's adding Revati. No answer from the live video guest. Whoever picks up now, whoever gets the opportunity. Okay, Revati is again asking. I have added her again. Yes, is this Revati?
Yes, Revati here.
Thank you.
Hi.
See, it's kind of like, when the 7 pictures came across simultaneously, it was hard for me to, name who was who.
Yeah.
Thank you, Revati.
I'm so happy to be a part of this.
Thank you so much. I know there's been a little bit of challenge here with the technology, but
Yeah.
It'll come. It's as long as it's being accepted and it's in there, it's just a matter of time. Okay, ladies, I have got Miss Revati Ashok. She's from Alapi, from Kerala, and she's diagnosed with diabetes when she was 11, and it's almost been 14 years since she has been on the roller coaster ride since the beginning of age 11. The best component of her, and is a statement by itself, what she says is pancreas are her bestie, right? So the pancreas, I know it's kind of like, the major one which plays the major important role is her bestie now. And she's actually an audiologist and a speech pathologist, currently pursuing her master's. And I've just kind of picked this up because in India, it's audiology and speech and hearing go together. But here in Australia, it's both are different. Audiology is different, speech and hearing is different.
Actually, here also it's different.
Is it?
I'm taking in the speech pathology.
Not okay.
Audiology. So I'm a speech pathologist. So I have to specify the speech pathologist.
Okay. So that is what you're currently doing your master's in.
Yes. Yeah.
So that's in Kerala, is it?
No. I'm currently in Bangalore.
Oh, you're currently in Bangalore. Okay. So you can share a little bit of your Malayalam touch to this.
Okay, should I speak in Malayalam or should I speak in English?
Do a combination because I've got people from all, it'll be nice. A little bit of Malayalam will be great. And,
sure.
She kind of mentions about her support from the parents, and she says that she believes in herself. So I would like her to take over and share her journey to us so that it's nice to hear from her. Yes, Revati, go ahead.
Yeah, so I would like to
say that my journey started at the age of 11 years. So it was kind of very different. So hardly might be 1 year, like my mother would have helped me through taking insulin and all. Throughout from like 12 years till now, 25 years, I'm the one who is managing everything by myself. Nobody helps me. Even I don't like anybody helping me. That's the thing. Because I feel like I should be independent like over these years. So I have taken it from that itself. So it was kind of different journey for me. My family supported me very well. So I would like to point out about the mental health and type 1 diabetes. So nobody speaks literally about mental health and type 1 diabetes. It's a very important topic. Yeah, like even I used to get a lot of messages in Instagram like I am diagnosed with this, I am diagnosed with depression and type 1 diabetes, I'm diagnosed with bipolar. So there are many such categories that we have to be discussed. So it has to be discussed. So mental health plays an important role. So everybody, we know that like if the sugars are spiking, it affects our body a lot. Also, and my mind also, like our psyche will also be affected. So it plays a major role. So people have to like come out of the stigma that they are still stuck over there. So they have to come out. It has to be like awareness has to be created. Even I used to take like individual in Kerala, like what doctors used to say that they used to give the same insulin for the type 2 patients and type 1 patients. So it is such a stigma over there that treatment is not, treatment is not proper. So even ഞങ്ങൾ ലൈക്ക് ഇവിടെ ലൈക്ക് ഡോക്ടേഴ്സിനെ കുറെയൊക്കെ ഡീൽ ചെയ്യാൻ നോക്കും but even though they will be on to like general physician plays a major role. So there are many such stigmas over here which I do like kind of help others who are like messages me. There are a lot of people who comes to me and like I am held up here, I am onto depression. So basically even though I know like psychological few things, counseling and all, so I used to do like I used to help a lot of, I used to help a lot of people.
For that, you have to be you yourself have to be mentally strong to do all of that, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. I do feel like I'm stronger than anything. So I like,
See, those
I believe
those
my
are the things, the lessons you would have learned, like, over the
yes,
years. But
yes, sure.
Just to start off in, when you were at the age of 11, it would have been so difficult.
Yeah, yes. It was very difficult. I felt like avoided. I felt like abandoned. So it was very difficult for me. I was not taking, even I used to skip insulin at that time, at that point of time. But slowly, what I got to know is that there is nothing that I have to be sad about. It's everything that God gifted me or like I have been like blessed with. So I always consider my pancreas as the best thing in the world. So that's how it goes.
Of course. Yeah.
So I don't consider it as a weakness or something like that. I consider it as the best thing in my life. So I want everybody to believe like that. I want like, especially youngsters, there are many depression, like people with
Cases,
depression.
yeah.
So I want everybody, like I'm trying my best overall. Like even if somebody approaches me, I used to like help a lot with them.
Yeah.
So that's how it goes.
Yeah. So ladies, if you're listening and, touch it, there shouldn't be any, but in case if you ever feel the need to talk to a youngster, this is Revati, so you can approach her, right? Can they approach you?
Yes, of course you can approach.
All of
Anybody
you guys
can.
are contactable on Messenger, so you can just shoot a message on Messenger and they would be very, very happy to guide you through. Or the first port of call can be Beema, and Beema can allocate that. And there are so many watching from India, probably like, there will be heaps and heaps of resources which they can make use of. So it like, a very good pathway for them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I think I have
what
network
do you
issue.
have to say for the youngsters?
Okay, live in the moment, go with the flow, let it be ups or let it be downs. You have to stay strong and believe in yourself. Like anything, you can achieve anything. Like, that's what I want to say.
Yeah.
Because I do believe in that, and I have reached till here. So I want, especially youngsters, I want to believe in themselves.
Yeah. Very nice. Very nice. Thank you, Revati. Thank you so much for joining in.
Thank you so much.
And
Thank you.
thanks a lot.
Thank you.
I
Thank you
hope
for
to see
your.
you in your sari pictures very soon.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Let
Bye.
me see, someone
Okay.
else has sent in a. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Oh, it is still Revati. It's not Revati. Bima, can you try and add yourself in? And Shri Divya, can you accept or send a request? I don't know why it is not allowing me to do. Come on, ladies. Bima, can you do it? I'm not sure actually. Farisa, I can add Farisa easily. Farisa is right next to you. Perhaps that might be the way to add you in. Farisa is flashing for me. Can you? Divya, Shri Divya. Another young one from Hyderabad. She's a BTech computer science and engineer graduate. Come on, Shri Divya. No, oh, I can't. Dishana, I can't do it via messenger. You have to come into the Saree gallery, dear. I've got 3 more to go. Shri Divya, Dishana, and Bima. Come on, ladies. Otherwise, I have to start a new session. I don't want to lose. No. You can't do the WhatsApp group, dear. Lata Suresh saying, pancreas are not making enough insulin to break the sugars in our body. Oh, dear. Farisa, I'm able to view the live video, but unable to see an add option, Hema. Shri Divya, okay, there's something flashing here. Farisa, okay. I can add Farisa now, so which will be Bima basically. No, Dishana, come to the Facebook group, dear. Bima is being added. And I have got 2 more, Shri Divya and Dishana. Come on, the internet should be so strong. And Bima just lives 5 minutes across from me, right? It shouldn't take that long. Click on side human icon and send request to join. Yeah, that's what has been sent, Bino, but it's already in their notification folder. Until it is released, I can't add again. It has to be released. The system has to take it and again release, and then I can add people in. Finally, Bima. I don't know why I wasn't able to add. Take it and again release. Oh, that's so nice. What are you wearing? What saree have you draped?
This saree is actually what do you call the Kanta saree?
Oh, Kanta stitch. Yeah. Such a lovely color. Oh, beautiful. Oh, Kanta stitch. Yeah.
Ready spoon. Ready spoon.
There is a time lag there. Just
This
go a little bit
saree
higher.
has a story, Hema.
Oh, okay. Just go a little bit higher. Yeah. Some more. I can't.
Parisa is helping me.
I know.
Can you see?
A little bit more. I can't see Beema. Yes.
You can see me now. Okay, I'll hold it. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. Hema, I'm so sorry. Like I tried my best in, it was a bit harder to go on the laptop. I told you. We tried a little bit earlier. It was working.
I don't know because it's kind of like sitting there and it doesn't let me until it's released. Anyway, that's the technology. But anyway, finally you're here. I've got two more. I don't know. I might have.
Yeah, Parisa couldn't tolerate. No, Parisa couldn't tolerate my inability, so she came running. She was doing a course, but she came.
Oh, really? Sorry, Parisa. I'm so sorry. Look, for every session, I've got
this saree actually, Hema, was presented to me by Geetanjali.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes,
that's very nice. So
and
sweet
I know most of them for very, very long time. Like living with diabetes is one. Like anybody can say that I have lived with diabetes or I have managed and all those things. But this is like going through a lot of rough life, and managing that, and that gives the confidence. Like you can lead a very, very quality life. That matters a lot. Quantity we don't know, but quality of life, it all comes like even when a stone is there, you just call it a stone. When you hit it and make it like a sculpture, then you enjoy the beauty of it. It is the same thing as living with our kind of diabetes, like taking insulin 3 or 4 times a day. And for every food you calculate how much you have to take. And all that, as you said, it is an art. It is not just a doctor says, okay, take this many tablets, you eat this. It doesn't just diet, exercise, and medication, not alone. It also gives you, there are other things in your body. It really regulates your glucose levels. Like the main thing, what I was trying to get all these 7 people, like we planned to speak, was about the different stages of womanhood along with diabetes, how we manage it. First is the premenstrual time. When a child is growing up and the parents are so stressed, what will happen? Will she have the puberty on time? And how will it happen? And there's so many doubts, so many fear. And once it all happens, and also what food to give, how will the body manage the hormone levels? Of course, whenever the puberty time, like any other normal kids, these kids also, the hormone levels will alter the glucose levels, what they are managing. And you pass through that stage as well.
That phase.
And after that, you have your college, like, whenever every monthly menstruation, like, in our house, we were safeguarded so well. Like, you can't even do any hard work, or you can't walk, or we will be given this best care. But when I got married and came, I was also expecting, during my periods, like, I'm going to I'll sleep, or I will. Then when I told my husband, I got my periods, he said, get on. It is everybody's, he didn't allow me to rest, or it is not that he didn't want to, but he want me to overcome that fear.
Correct. Yeah.
We-
To be as normal as
You know,
possible.
as normal as possible. And so as my brothers also back home, whenever they were like, I was trying to go, like I come from a very like, you know, very strict Orthodox Muslim family.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah.
But when the doctor said that you have to go for walking, I had to beg people. I want somebody to come with me to, you know, that kind of fear to walk on the street. My brother said, no, you're going. We'll wait for 10 minutes, 15 minutes. If you don't come back, we will come in search of you. But you go on your own.
Oh, that's good. So like they were kind of like, you know,
at that time, I used to feel, what is the point of they being my elder brothers or elders at home? They're not even coming with me. They're not supporting me. And that sort of anger was there. But when we look back, you know, they have really given that kind of strength for us to manage. Like today, I'm here managing so many things. You know very well what are the things we manage here. It is all the foundation what they have given. And whether you have diabetes or not, a woman's foundation is such, she should be equipped with everything. So that when a time comes, she can jump in and then manage it life.
Be able to, fight for it and
that is
you know,
one
be
thing.
independent and do the work required.
And also when you are getting married, you can have a very good confidence that you can be a good wife, good mother, good daughter-in-law when you have this kind of basic knowledge. Some people say, like, you know, I have raised my daughter, not even, she will not even wash a cup of her coffee cup. That is not proud. You don't have to feel proud to say that you have raised your daughter not to know how to wash cup. No, so if you don't give that capacity or that knowledge for a young girl, she will not be able to go and lead a normal life with any kind of situation. And so as with diabetes, how long the parents can be behind us?
Correct.
Now, when you, as a woman, you get married, you go to another family or you stay your family, you manage your life. How you manage your diabetes, you manage your life also. Don't bring diabetes in between and say that, oh, this girl has diabetes, she can't like have children, or she can't be a good wife, or that sort of thing. Diabetes should not come in anywhere.
It shouldn't come in the picture at all. You know, you have to kind of like portray yourself and be strong, saying, I don't have.
Yes, I take. You would have seen, like, whenever I go, I take my shots in my stomach.
Correct.
Like, there will be meetings happening, and when my sugar levels go down, I just grab some lollies and eat. Nobody will know.
Correct. Yeah.
You don't have to make a big and fuss about that. That is one thing. And after that, childbirth in a woman's life, it is hard. Like you have to go through an extra length to understand, to manage, and all those things. But you will get through. So many, as you would have seen, many of our type 1 women have given birth to normal delivery and normal kids.
Correct. That's what Gitanjali was saying, right?
Yes. Gitanjali's children are a classic example. They are in two continents now.
Correct. Yeah.
And if you look at other, even our friends who are boys, their kids. No, because we were talking about women and their lifestyle, like life and its different stages of womanhood. So I didn't bring the boys in. Yes, and next thing is, after you get married, how you get involved in bringing up the children. That is also a good, and you teach your children when sugars go low, how they should help.
help themselves. Yeah, that
That give
education
them the
is so
knowledge.
important.
Yes,
And
give them the
that
knowledge.
correct. Yeah, and that one, like you also have to have the prior knowledge. If you don't have, approach someone, or there are so many resources available. Just tap into those resources.
These days, Google is there, and all the peer support is there. Lots of peer support is there.
I know Google Bible can tell you everything. Yeah. Very true.
Sometimes that uncle and auntie also will deceive you, in diabetes. And then childbirth, and of course, like the bringing up children, you being a type 1 and the kids, and you give them the knowledge. Like you would have obviously would have lived with the sugar levels going down, going up. You would have understood your body and all those things. Then tell them, if the sugars go low, this is what happens. And this is what you have to do for me if I am not able to.
Yeah.
Okay, 99% of the person we will know how to manage it. Sometimes during when we are sleeping, when the sugar levels go down, we will not know.
No, that's a difficult time.
So that is the time we teach the kids. Like before I get up, if I don't get up on time, I'll ask my kids to come and check on me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whether I have woken up, in what I'm doing, if the sugars have gone out, down or up. Yes. These days you can scan, can scan the.
Yeah, that's the one you showed last time, right? It was exactly last year, Beema, you did the session for me. It
really?
was on the 29th of July, session number 7.
Can't believe. No?
Exactly. I know it was exactly a year ago. I think even we kind of coincided that with the Diabetes Health Week. And unfortunately, I couldn't accommodate you last week because I had planned something on and we ended up having today.
For everything, there's a reason, Hema.
Exactly. Exactly.
And let's talk about menopause and diabetes. Not many will know these things. When I had menopause, like I'm 55 now, and I got diabetes when I was 20 years. Okay, managed all that, and then when I used to have, I used to wear my shirt at work, and one breast used to be this big, one used to be small. And I used to think, what is this happening in me? I never thought it was menopause because I was 42 at that time.
Oh, okay.
So I thought menopause is after 50.
Yeah, okay. So you had an early one.
I had so many breast scans for mammograms.
Yeah.
You were talking about mammogram.
Correct.
I used to go every second month and check.
Oh, okay.
Because they couldn't figure out what
the hormones. Yeah.
And when I was lying down, as if I used to feel my heart is going to come out. It used to palpitate so much.
So much, yeah. That's common. Yeah, the heart palpitation is common.
And then I used to get the heart flushes. I thought my sugars were going down. That is why the heart flushes has happened.
Yeah,
Always, anything happens physically, anything happens. First thing is like we go, okay, when my sugar, what is my sugar doing? Where is it sitting? Why is it happening this? Either you take more food or you take your shot.
Sure, yeah.
So, but these things are very good. You can just scan these days. Those days you didn't even have glucometer, I should say. As Geetanjali said, we used to check in test tube. We used to put urine samples and then boil it with
manual checking, And how accurate was that? Who knows?
Oh, we don't know, but we have all come through that.
Yeah.
So now, even though we have so many technologies, the food is there, you can manage more than a normal person, but still a lot of stress is there among parents.
Yeah.
Because parents are very stressed, and the kids go overseas and they study there.
Yeah.
with the type 1 diabetes, now we have all the normal things what others do, like you go trekking, you go swimming, you are sports people, you know,
You're just a normal person.
normal life. And with you can see I work for 15 hours a day, without any without any tiredness or anything like that, but it all is in the mind. I think
You can, you have to have that mental grip, the hold on
yes,
your mental thinking, and but
yeah,
in the whole, you have to stay positive, and you have to accept what it has been granted. So as long as you accept and move forward, and shouldn't kind of like brood, like, why am I the culprit, or why have I
yes,
have been
that,
chosen?
yeah, that kind of guilt feeling that one mother said,
I know, I
because of
agree.
me.
It comes automatically, but you shouldn't have that. But you have to be
Yeah,
very
one of
strong.
the mother, because the kid got developed, the kid developed type 1 diabetes. The mother wanted to commit suicide because she
Oh,
thought, because of me, the kid has type 1 diabetes.
oh,
But then, why you get that type 1 diabetes, nobody knows in this world.
nobody. Correct.
What is that type 1 diabetes? It is an autoimmune thing. Your own cells eats your cells which is producing insulin.
Insulin, yeah. Radhika says diabetes is not an illness. It is just the pancreas being lazy. That's exactly correct, Radhika, putting it in that way. Yeah.
Yeah, that
And
is
Lata
type 2.
saying,
Type 2 diabetes is pancreas is lazy, but type
yeah,
1 diabetes is that it is already gone.
gone.
It,
So
you know,
pancreas are not making enough insulin to break the sugars
anything
enough.
at all, anything at all. That is
Yeah.
the thing. And with like, I would like to. I think I have taken 2 more kids are waiting. I think Divya and Vishna.
Yeah, I can't add them, Bima. They have to send the request. For some reason, I couldn't add you. I could add you, Farisa, into that. And I don't know what particular reason. There is no reason, but I only have.
No, in my things, nothing. Like, I tried to add. I tried to join, and
There's
I
nothing
didn't get any invite.
invite at
I
all.
couldn't see.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't have Dishana Kidambi and Shri Divya.
But Divya said
Perhaps
she's already in.
sorry?
Divya said she's already in.
Yeah, and even Dishana sent in a messenger, but it's not via messenger, but it's via Facebook group she has to add. She says that she is in the session. Yes, you're in the session. Can you just send me an invite? There will be like a kind of a tab, which is like an add button, like a
Scroll up. Apparently,
it's
they
like
have
a
to
man.
scroll up.
Yeah, and then it's in the bottom. I don't know, probably it depends on the phone you use. It might be in the side or it might be in the bottom. So you just have to send me a request. See if you can. I have tried, I couldn't add. No, unfortunately I can't. So basically what I'm going to ask is, just for Shri Divya and Dishana, please send a 5-minute video. I'll collate everything and put it in the system in the same frame, and it will be a continuous session. Only thing is that it won't be a chat session. So it will be like, you
They
talking.
have to speak in Telugu. Divya was planning to speak in Telugu.
Telugu, okay, that's fine. Whatever language, even if it's a mixture, it's fine, because I have got like, varied group. Okay, someone has come through. No, this is a different one. Divan, I can't approve you for the time being. I'm sorry. It's Divan.
Sanjida.
Divan.
Oh, okay.
Divaniga.
Okay.
Yeah,
That is Sanjita.
So that's okay. We will kind of like, wind up this session.
Okay,
And,
before winding down, for this, there will be so many women in this group seeing our sessions.
Yes, please. Yeah.
I
They
would
can
like to
approach
say,
you.
if there is any particularly matchmaking, if there is, yes, if there is somebody, a girl or a boy, who comes to you for your brother, sister, children, or anybody in your family,
Yeah.
just because they have diabetes, please don't reject them.
Correct.
You can reject for other reasons or you can accept for other reasons. But diabetes is a way of life. They will be really better managers of anything.
Anything. Correct.
So just because they have diabetes, don't reject them.
Very, very good take-home message, which is being very positive and, being accepting.
You can see all our life. You can see our children, like my kids. One is an accountant, one is a doctor. He's going to be a doctor. So, and he's a Mensa guy. When his IQ levels were so high when he was in year 2 itself.
I know, I remember that.
So the children will be a normal kids. You don't have to.
Kids.
They can be gifted kids as well. So please do not reject anybody, because most of our Saree Gallery groups, most of them are in their 50s or around that age.
It's very,
Yeah. So, or even youngsters, for your brothers or for your sisters, if you are somebody with diabetes or type 1 diabetes have come as a match, don't ever, and you can contact me if you have any doubts about anything. We can manage, we can know how their health level is. Just with one report, we can know how they have managed. And they can lead a very, very normal life. That was the main reason why I wanted Divya and Dishna and Khadira and Revati and all these. We call all our ladies as Jhansi Ranis of type 1 dynasties.
They are definitely DiaBeauties, I tell you. The Saree Divas, DiaBeauties.
And Hema, again, thank you so much for giving your platform for this kind of things.
Pleasure.
And
we'll definitely have another session. We'll come up with something. We will have something else. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Take care, all of you. Saree Gallery ladies.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks, Beema. Thank you, ladies. I'm going to wind off. It's been a while, actually. The other two who were not able to participate, we'll send in a 5-minute video. I'll collage everything and put it in the same section, so it's easy for you guys to follow through. Please go back and listen, and if there is any take-home messages for you guys, please do take care of that. And if you need any help, you can approach all of these wonderful ladies who can channel you through to the proper pathway and guide you and everything. All right. Thank you so much. Hema and Beema signing off. Bye for now.
Bye.
Hi all. This is Sridivya. First of all, thank you the Saree Gallery group for arranging this and giving me the opportunity to share about my journey. So I would like to share about my journey in Telugu. So andariki namaskaram. Na peru Divya. Nenu puttindi perigindi Hyderabad lo. So nenu oka software engineer ni, young India fellow ni, Anita box scholar ni, oka pedda foodie ni, traveler ni, sweet souls lo volunteer ni. చాలా వింత పరిస్థితులు ఎదుర్కొన్న అమ్మాయిని. సో బేసికలీ మనం చాలాసార్లు వినుంటాం, ప్రతి సమస్యకి పరిష్కారం ఉంటుంది అంటారు, కానీ అది అబద్ధమేమో. కొన్ని సమస్యలు మనం పూర్తిగా పరిష్కరించలేనివి, సమస్యతోనే జీవించాల్సి వస్తుంది. అలా సమస్యని అంగీకరించి జీవిస్తున్నప్పుడు మెల్లమెల్లగా ఎంత పెద్ద సమస్య అయినా చిన్నదిగా కనిపిస్తుంది. నా జీవితంలో కూడా నేను పూర్తిగా పరిష్కరించలేని సమస్యలు 2 ఉన్నాయి. మొదటిది నేను 2 సంవత్సరాలు ఉన్నప్పుడు మా తండ్రి మరణం. రెండవది నేను 7 సంవత్సరాలు ఉన్నప్పుడు మధుమేహం నా జీవితంలోకి రావడం. సో ఇప్పటికీ 20 సంవత్సరాలు అయిందండి నాకు మధుమేహం వచ్చి. దీన్ని టైప్ 1 డయాబెటీస్ అంటారు. సో అప్పట్లో అంటే 2002 ఆ టైంలో ఇంజెక్షన్స్ అంటే చాలా భయం. ఇంజెక్షన్స్ని చూస్తేనే దూరం వెళ్ళిపోయేదాన్ని, తిప్పి కొట్టేదాన్ని. కానీ ఇప్పుడు ఇంజెక్షన్స్ తీసుకుంటూ డయాబెటీస్ని మేనేజ్ చేసుకుంటూ ధైర్యంగా ఆరోగ్యంగా నేను జీవిస్తూ తోటి మధుమేహం ఉన్న వారికి మధుమేహం గురించి జ్ఞానం గురించి నేర్పించగలుగుతున్నాను. ఈ 20 సంవత్సరాలలో సుమారు 20,000 ఇంజెక్షన్స్ తీసుకొని ఉంటాను, 20,000 సార్లు రక్త పరీక్ష చేసుకొని ఉంటాను. అలా చేసుకుంటూ జీవించాను, ఆరోగ్యంగా జీవిస్తూ ఉన్నాను. నాకు 13 సంవత్సరాలు వచ్చే వరకు నేను మధుమేహాన్ని అస్సలు అంగీకరించలేదు. అప్పటి వరకు నా దృష్టిలో మధుమేహం ఒక వ్యాధి మాత్రమే కాదు, అదొక సాహసం. ప్రతిరోజు 24 గంటలు కష్టపడే నా ప్రియమైన మధుమేహం నాలో తిరుగుబాటు వ్యక్తిని నాకే పరిచయం చేసింది. దాంతో నేను అన్ని విధాలుగా మధుమేహాన్ని తిరస్కరించాను, మనస్ఫూర్తిగా తిరస్కరించాను. సమాచారాన్ని, సూచనలని, హెచ్చరికలని అన్నిటినీ తిరస్కరించాను. నా ప్రియమైన మధుమేహంతో నేను పోరాడాను, నేను శపించాను. కానీ ఈరోజు నేను నా గతం గురించి ఆలోచించినప్పుడు మధుమేహం నాకు బోధించిన గొప్ప గొప్ప పాఠాలని నేను మనస్ఫూర్తిగా అంగీకరిస్తున్నాను. మధుమేహం నన్ను ఒక మరింత బలమైన మనిషిగా మార్చింది. మధుమేహం నాకు చాలా ప్రేమతో కూడిన ప్రపంచాన్ని పరిచయం చేసింది. మరింత కరుణ, మరింత మంచి స్నేహితులు, మరింత ఆరోగ్యకరమైన ఆలోచనలు, మరింత క్రమశిక్షణ, మరింత ఆనందాన్ని నాకు మధుమేహం పరిచయం చేసింది. సో ముందు చెప్పినట్టు మధుమేహం వచ్చిన మొదట్లో ఒక పెద్ద అడ్డుగా అనిపించేది. కానీ మధుమేహాన్ని ఉన్నది ఉన్నట్టుగా అర్థం చేసుకోవడం మొదలుపెట్టినప్పటి నుంచి మధుమేహం నాకు సహాయం చేసింది తప్ప అడ్డుగా ఎక్కువ రాలేదు. ఈ 20 సంవత్సరాలలో ఎన్నో అనుభవాలు, ఎన్నో సమస్యలు, కానీ ఇవన్నీ దేనిని ఎదుర్కోవడానికైనా కావాల్సిన శక్తిని నాకు ఇచ్చాయి. మధుమేహాన్ని ధైర్యంగా ఎదుర్కొంటున్న ప్రతి ఒక్క మనిషికి, ముఖ్యంగా ఆడవాళ్ళకి నా జోహార్లు. ఒక ఆడపిల్లకి మధుమేహం వస్తే ఆల్రెడీ ఉన్న సమస్యలతో పాటు చదువులో, ప్యూబర్టీలో, మెన్స్ట్రుయేషన్లో, పెళ్లి విషయంలో, పిల్లల విషయంలో, మెనోపాజ్ విషయంలో చాలా చాలా సందేహాలు, ఆరోపణలు కుటుంబం మొత్తం ఎదుర్కోవాల్సి వస్తుంది. ప్రతి ఆడపిల్ల తల్లిదండ్రులకి నాదొక విజ్ఞప్తి: మీ కూతుర్ని తన కాళ్ళ మీద తాను నిలబడేలా ప్రోత్సహించండి. తను సొంతంగా తను మధుమేహాన్ని మేనేజ్ చేసుకునేలాగా సహాయం చేయండి. ధైర్యాన్ని నింపండి. వాళ్ళకి ఇష్టమైన ఫీల్డ్స్లో వాళ్ళు వెళ్ళేలాగా ప్రోత్సహించండి. చిన్నప్పటి నుంచి మా అమ్మ, అన్నయ్య, ఇప్పుడు వదిన డయాబెటీస్ మీద ఎక్కువ స్ట్రెస్ చేయకుండా నన్ను ఒక నాన్ డయాబెటిక్గానే చూస్తారు. వేరే వాటిలన్నిట్లో ప్రోత్సహిస్తారు. అండ్ అందుకే ఇంత దూరం రాగలిగానేమో. ఇది నా జర్నీ అండి. మీ జర్నీ వినడానికి ఎదురు చూస్తూ ఉంటాను. థ్యాంక్ యూ.
Hi everyone, my name is Dishna. I could not join the Saree Gallery's Victory Over Type 1 show, so I just decided to send in this video, which I hope is helpful to people. I was diagnosed with type 1 when I was 12 years old, and I'm 25, so it's been 12, 13 years. And what I'm going to talk about today is how I navigated my education and career thus far with type 1 diabetes. I think the previous speakers have spoken about what the condition is and what it takes to manage it, so I'm not going to talk too much about that, but I think I would just like to maybe offer some tips or advice based on my experience. So I think if you're in your late teens, right, early 20s, looking to move abroad, right, trying to navigate, if you're in a boarding school, right, trying to navigate that system, I've done all of it. And so I think my first tip is just be very flexible, very adaptable, right? We're used to certain things at home. We're used to we know what's going in our food, for example, right? We have a support system to help us figure things out, but of course when that's taken away, you're so dependent on things that are external